Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do Batman issue number 466 by, DC Comics. This is not in a great condition, but hey, I want those Batmans because I like these Batman comics, from the past, with this suit, with the yellow emblem and the bluish and gray suit on with the yellow belt. It's just, I don't know, I'm I grew up with this Batman, so yeah, immediately it draws my attention. It's made by Alan Grant, who did the script, and Norman Breyfogle did the pencils. And so we are getting introduced to, I don't know, Hero World, some kind of amusement park. But yeah, there's also this guy here who is hiding on, well, one of these statues here. And he's a little bit confused and he wants to kill somebody because of his brother, his Donnie. And we coming back to this guy. Meanwhile, Batman is chasing a couple of criminals. It seems that some criminals bought other criminals out of jail, and Batman chases them somehow. Not sure how people can buy criminals from jail. I'm not sure how that works in America, so let's leave it at that. So they are, I don't know, crashing into this amusement park here, and two of these goons are escaping and going inside of this amusement park. So the owner of the amusement park comes out and said, "Hey, what's going on? What can I do for you?" And so Batman explains what happens, and he says, "Hey, you need to make sure that people is going to leave this place because these people are dangerous." And this guy is, a little bit worried about, because it costs money and he's in debt and at some sort. And he says, "I should have listened to Alice. Who wants heroes?" And then we go a little bit back to the sniper guy, and he talks about how he feels a little bit remorse, and that his brother Donnie lost his life because of somebody, and I'm not sure why, and he wants to take revenge, but he can take the shot, but he needs to think more because he doesn't actually, doesn't know what to do. Because this guy is a young guy, is actually a normal guy who never killed anyone in his life, but he wants to take revenge. Meanwhile, there's some automatons in this hero park, and then sniper guy here takes the plunge and shoots his target. And its target is a couple of, I don't know, troublemakers, I guess. People, as you can see here, let me see, these punk rockers here. So the owner says, "Hey, you need to leave." And they says, "Well, go get wrecked. I'm not going to do that." So there are, I believe, a bunch of troublemakers, and he shoots one of them. But then Batman comes here and, wants to get this, criminal, but he's getting distracted by this guy who's been shot and falls over the ceiling of this railing here, or however you call it. And then Batman gets, swatted in the head because of the distraction. Robin comes in to, actually save this guy from this, automaton, for him being squashed at the last moment. And then Robin sees that this guy has been shot. And so he communicates that back to Batman. Well, Batman is chasing, the other criminal into the Hall of Boxing Heroes. So he's almost getting hit by a robot Iron Mike Tyson, and then but then this goon is played his hand a little bit too soon. So Batman, uses his, I don't know, his cable weapon thing, and he pushes him forward, and then he's getting punched out by what's his name? Joe Fraser, smoking Joe Fraser. I'm sorry, my eyes is not that good, which is funny to me. So yeah. Meanwhile, Robin is scouting the area. Goes also up to the statues where accidentally the sniper is, and there's only one goon left, one criminal, and then we see here in the Heroes of Tomorrow, and Robin cannot find the sniper, but the sniper is here. He is not aware that Robin is looking for him, and fear is taking over because he feels sick about what he has done. He feels remorse, and he's really really lost. And he wants then to kill himself, and then Robin finds him and he says, "No, don't!" At the last minute, and then Batman comes because he hears the sound of these troublemakers. And he does this, and he says, "Boys." Oh, well, yeah, it looks really funny to me. Anyway, so they're I don't know, fleeing, but then so this guy is the last one of the criminals, and then the owner comes and he says, "Hey, you need to leave this park because there's criminals," and then this criminal takes him hostage, and then we go back to the sniper guy. So he says, Robin says, "Don't know what your problem is, friend, but killing yourself surely is no answer." He says, "What do you know? What do you know about it?" He says, "I'm sorry. Is the boy hero? Ha! I could tell you about heroes." "Then why don't you tell me?" He says something like that and wants to help. But it seems that he has a brother, and he said, "Hey, do you know Donnie Latroff, the policeman?" Robin says, "Yeah, the junkie cop, the papers called him. But that's not how I remember him. Ever since I was a kid, he was my idol. I was so proud of him when he joined the force, and then the streets of Gotham sunk their hooks in him." Well, okay, awesome. Yeah, well, Gotham is a pretty dark place. You can do a lot with people. And I like this part here because it's really powerful, in my opinion. He says he was working undercover, infiltrating the drug gang, but all the time he was feeding them info, while they gave him the coke to feed his habit. He had everything going for him. What made him throw it all away for a nose full of powder? Robin says, "I don't know." And then he is a little bit on the edge and wants to, aim his weapon at him. And he wants answers. He said, why did he go bad? And Robin also a little bit in panic, and in his head he wants to ask Batman for help. And he says to the sniper dude, this young boy, maybe it was the pressure. When you're fighting for what you believe in, for what's right, you find out how just alone you are. Every time you face up to evil, you have to beat it, but you only have one life, and you cannot afford to lose it. It's a knife edge. Not many can walk. Sometimes even heroes fall. Wow, that's something. So he comes closer, and this young boy is still on the edge, and meaning Batman is here, and he says, "Hey, just let this guy go, otherwise you can't go anywhere." And so it seems that this rocket is also some kind of automaton thing that goes off every 2 seconds, and or a couple of seconds. So he says, "Hey, you need to go under that there, and then you're going to be fried. And if you're not going to do that, I'm going to shoot this guy here." Well, I believe surely that Batman can taking this guy down many, many ways, but he decides to go along with that. All right. So, and in the end, we see here Robin pleading, "Hey, give me the gun, please." And then this young guy cracks, and he says, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." He says, "I come and help you down." And then he sees, he says, so, and then he also sees what's happening with Batman and the criminal. So he dives towards the criminal, or went to this place, and while this rocket is firing up, and then he comes just in time, and kicks this guy from behind and saving the owner's life. But then Batman is, I don't know, being fried. What's happening? So he says, "Batman," but of course, Batman is Batman. So he says, "How? I've counted the seconds between the flares, waited till the last moment, and when Willie couldn't see for the glare. Close enough, though." Yeah, it's really close. And then this owner says, "It's all happy." He said, "That was great, son. Real superhero stuff." And the Robin says, "Oh, thanks." So yeah, basically Robin explains the situation, and he wants to stay with this guy until the cops come. And what I really like is that Batman is smiling. You don't see him smile much, and he says, Robin says he has a hard time. I stay with him for a while. If that's right with you, I made the right choice. He has what it takes and more. Wow, that's cool. And then at the end, this guy is still over the moon about the whole superhero stuff. And he wants to change the amusement park to all superheroes with automatons, and he's asking questions, and he has lots of idea. And Batman just says, well, Batman does Batman, and he's flying away or whatever. And that's the end of the book. Yeah, this is a short, sweet story. Good contained, good, writing style. From Grant, he can do a lot of great stuff when it comes to writing, and sometimes, mostly people want to see what's happening. Show don't tell. But when it comes to the sniper, I think that's really good enough because the young boy says that he felt helpless without his brother. That he was falling into despair and becoming, well, what he hates. A coke addict or criminal or whatever. And the reason that he shot all these guys is probably he thought that these punkers or, punk guys are probably the reason that they are, that his brother is, falling from grace, selling drugs and all that stuff. So he wanted to take revenge. And I think it was a great move to tell this story in this comic. Guys, let me know what you think about this. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.